You ever just sit there staring at a blank screen, trying to write an email, maybe?
Oh,
You're
definitely.
thinking, is this right? Does
Yeah.
this sound okay? It's like a super common thing.
Right.
Knowing how to actually communicate well and writing for different people, different times,
Yeah.
and getting the tone right,
Yeah.
well, that can really make or break things. How people see you, whether you get what you need.
Absolutely. Those little language choices, they carry a lot of weight, and that's exactly what we're getting into today. This whole difference, the critical difference between formal and informal language when you write. We're digging into some material from IELTSBuddy.com that really lays it out.
Exactly. So whether it's just, a quick text message or maybe a really important proposal for work, understanding this stuff isn't just grammar police
Yeah.
territory.
No, not at all.
It's about being clear, making the right impression,
Yeah.
building trust, maybe, avoiding those awkward moments. It all kind of hangs on this. And look, this deep dive, it's really for you listening. We want to give you some practical tools, some, actual knowledge so you can handle these choices with confidence.
That's the goal. The info you brought really highlights the main ideas,
Yeah.
and our mission basically is to unpack those, give some clear examples,
Yeah.
so you can immediately use this stuff in your own writing.
Okay, cool. So let's jump in. What's the absolute core difference here? Formal versus informal.
Well, fundamentally, it boils down to two things: who you're writing to and why you're writing. What's the purpose?
Okay. Audience and purpose.
Exactly. So formal language.
Yeah.
That's generally what you use when you don't really know the person well.
Strangers, kind of. Or like official stuff.
Yeah, precisely. Anonymous audience, professional settings, official letters, reports, that kind of thing. It's um, think of it like you're building something carefully. Each word chosen deliberately.
Right. Creating a bit of professional distance, maybe. Sticking to the rules.
That's a good way to put it. Now, informal language. Well, that's just how we talk usually.
Yeah. With people we know.
Yeah, people you know well, friends, family, maybe colleagues you're close with. It's much more relaxed, conversational. It's like tossing a ball back and forth. Easy, familiar.
Okay. The language of being comfortable, shared ground. So let's focus on formal first. What are the giveaways? How do you spot formal language?
Okay, well, one really obvious sign is avoiding contractions.
Oh, right.
So you'll see cannot instead of can't, will not instead of won't. It just sounds a bit more deliberate, less chatty.
Gotcha.
Also, using full titles, Dear Mr. Jones, not just Hi, Steve.
No shortcuts there.
Nope. And the sentences often tend to be longer, more complex structures, maybe compound sentences with multiple parts.
More elaborate.
Yeah, and the tone is generally quite objective. You try to keep personal feelings or really strong emotions out of it.
So it's about being professional, detached maybe, through the actual words and how you structure the sentences. Okay, let's flip that. What about informal? What makes it informal?
Right, so informal totally embraces contractions. Can't, won't, it's all good.
Much more natural sounding for conversation.
Exactly. You'll also hear, or rather read, informal collocations, just word pairs that sound natural together in everyday talk, like, oh, like pretty good or kind of tired, and colloquialisms too, those casual sayings, and phrasal verbs are super common.
Okay, like look into something instead of investigate.
Precisely. Those verb-preposition combos that feel more relaxed.
Right.
And sentence structure, usually shorter, more direct.
Simpler.
Yeah, simpler. And the tone is definitely more personal. You can share feelings, tell little stories. It basically sounds like how you'd actually talk to someone you know well.
Okay, so it's like the written version of just relaxing and chatting. Now, knowing the difference is great, but how do we figure out which one to actually use?
Right, that's the key question.
The source material, it mentions two main questions to ask yourself. Let's take the first one. Who are you writing to?
Yeah, that's crucial. Question one is, who's the recipient and what's our relationship like? The source breaks it down pretty neatly. If it's a friend, a close colleague, family member.
Your circle.
Exactly. That's usually informal territory. But if you're writing to, say, your manager or your landlord or some big organization.
Somebody you don't know personally or where there's a power difference.
Right, where there's that professional distance or hierarchy, then yeah, formal is generally safer, more appropriate.
So you're kind of weighing up how close you are and maybe the status difference.
You got it. Generally, the closer you are, the more similar your relationship, the less formal you can be. It kind of makes intuitive sense, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
That's the who. Now, the second question is about the why. What's the purpose of the message?
And this is just as vital. Broadly speaking, if your message is about something serious or, important.
Like what?
Well, maybe making a formal complaint, or asking for official permission, or apologizing when you really need them to understand or do something.
Yeah.
A more formal tone adds like, wait, seriousness. It shows you're taking it seriously.
Right, signals respect for the situation.
Exactly. But on the flip side, if you're just, say, offering to help someone out, or giving a quick update, or suggesting something casually,
Lower stakes.
yeah, lower stakes, less critical, then a less formal style often works better. It can feel more collaborative, friendlier.
So the importance of what you're saying really shapes the formality. Okay, this is good, but examples always help, right?
Definitely.
The source gives some really concrete ones. Let's walk through a few, starting with complaining. How does that look formally?
Okay, formal complaint. You might start with, I am writing to express my strong dissatisfaction with. Or maybe, I must request a full refund.
Very direct, but
Yeah.
polite.
Or even, I urge you to take immediate action. See how there's no casual chat? It's straight to the point but still uses formal phrasing. Using those makes your complaint sound, well, more official.
Definitely sounds more serious than yelling, this is broken.
Exactly.
Okay, what about making a request formally?
Formal requests might use phrases like, I am writing to respectfully request, or I would be grateful if you would consider.
Grateful if you would.
Yeah, or I would appreciate your approval. Again, polite maintains that professional distance.
And informally, how would you ask for something?
Oh, informally. Much simpler. Hey, can you help me with this? Or could you do me a huge favor?
Right, assumes you already have that relationship.
Totally.
Okay, apologizing. Formal apology.
Formally, you might say, I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused. Or, please accept my apologies for my oversight.
Sounds very responsible.
It does. Or, I am truly sorry for my actions. It clearly states responsibility and regret in a formal way.
And informally.
Informally. Could be just, oop, sorry, or my bad, Really didn't mean for that to happen. Much quicker, less structure.
Got it?
Yeah.
Let's switch gears to giving advice. How does that sound informally?
Informally, giving advice is pretty natural. Hey, I think you should maybe think about, or why don't you try?
Offering suggestions.
Yeah, or the classic, if I were you, I'd probably. It's very conversational, personal opinion.
But formally, would you even give direct advice like that?
Less likely to be framed as direct advice. It's more about making recommendations.
Oh.
So instead of, I think you should look into this, maybe something like, it is recommended that further analysis be conducted. More objective, less personal.
Right. Keeps that professional distance we talked about. Okay, making arrangements. Informal.
Super casual, usually.
Yeah.
Still on for Friday. How about meeting at the usual place? Can we push it back an hour? Lots of quick questions.
Easy peasy. Very
Yeah.
different from scheduling a formal board meeting, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
And last one, congratulations. Informally. That seems easy.
Yeah, informal congrats are usually full of energy. Amazing news, you smashed it, so happy for you.
Yeah.
Exclamation marks, welcome.
Pure enthusiasm. And formally.
Formally, it's more restrained, but still positive. Please accept my sincere congratulations on your promotion. Or, I was delighted to hear of your success.
Delighted to hear.
Nice. Or, my warmest congratulations on this significant achievement. Still warm, but more structured.
Seeing them side by side like that really makes the difference clear, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So bringing it all together, why is this so important? Why nail the formality level?
Well, fundamentally, it's about making sure your message lands right. Not just that they understand the words, but that they get the intended meaning, the intended tone.
Right.
Picking the right level, formal or informal, really affects how credible you seem, how seriously they take your message. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
If you write a super formal email to your best friend, it might just feel weird. Cold, maybe.
Or sarcastic even.
Could be. And the other way around, being way too casual in a job application or a complaint letter, that could really undermine you, make you seem unprofessional, maybe even disrespectful.
So it's really about matching your language style to the situation, the audience, the purpose, to get the result you want.
Okay, so for everyone listening, what's the main thing to take away from all this? The absolute key takeaway is always think about your audience and your purpose before you start writing.
Who am I writing to? Why am I writing?
Exactly. Let those two questions guide your choice between formal and informal language. They should be your compass, really.
Okay. And maybe something to ponder after this deep dive. Here's a thought. How might just being a little more conscious, a bit more aware of the formality in your language, even in just everyday texts or quick emails, how might that actually change the way you connect with people?
Hmm.
Professionally, personally. Kind of makes you think about the subtle power in these word choices, right?
It really does. And look, understanding the stuff, it's not just about avoiding mistakes. It's actually a doorway to being a more effective, more intentional communicator overall. There's always more to learn about language and how it shapes our world, isn't there?